Hello. Hi, you guys. You just got your booty bands, and I appreciate the support so much. I know you're absolutely going to love them. We all love them. And now you're part of the Booty Brigade. So you're part of a loving community that is ready to uplift all those that are around us, share the knowledge that we're given, and make beautiful women all over the world. That's our goal with this community. So I am here to show you your small waist diet program, and I'm making this video super short. So pay attention as I scroll through the whole entire thing and answer any questions that I have had or will currently have to any of the comments that I wrote on here. So let's go ahead and go through it. I'm just gonna kind of run through it. All right, first page. Welcome to your Big Booty Small Waist Diet Program. I'm Danita with Booty Bands. I'm the founder. I have combined all my years of knowledge of successful transformations with clients, winning trophies in bikini competitions, obviously personal training to acquire this small waist diet knowledge. I have a passion for helping others, and I'm so excited for your transformation. I'm on your side 100% of the time to get you towards your healthy and fit new you. I'd love for you to share your journey by hashtagging BB Small Waist on Instagram. So if you're meal prepping, if you have your before and after pictures, I check these all the time to see how you guys are doing. So why this diet plan will help you lose weight and keep it off. Knowledge is power, and I'm going to give you so much knowledge in this. So that way you'll be able to be on track of where you need to be of all the successful transformations that I've been able to give women. So my trick is I keep it very simple, and I enjoy the food that is on there, and I obviously with the knowledge, now you're able to make smarter decisions. So first rule, not rule, but I guess first tip would be not perfection. Let's start with progression. And so what that kind of means is don't think that you're going to have the most amazing, perfect diet by tomorrow. Imagine it's more of like a ladder approach where, you start replacing some of the unhealthy foods out with these better food choices. And so please refer back to this video. If you've made some small steps, but you're ready to make more steps, you'll actually get more and more out of this video the more times you watch it. So no quick fixes, celebrate your small wins, and keep putting goals ahead to work towards. Big believer of that. Next, throw out any food pyramid or diet advice given. I like to keep it simple, and the reason why I say that is because I don't want you to become so overwhelmed with this trainer said that, this person on YouTube said this, the food pyramid says this, mom and dad said this, and I just want you to just keep it plain and simple, and let your before and after pictures tell you what is working or not. Yes, you can go out to eat. So basically all you're going to do is you're going to look at your plate as I teach you the knowledge I'm giving you as far as your macros, which is your carbs, protein, fats, that I'll go into a little bit further of how you can actually look at your plate and you can still go out and eat and do whatever you please. You're just going to understand what's sitting in front of you rather than not before. Last one on this is luck is a residue of design, which means you have to design your day ahead of time to be able to get your dream. Your results aren't created from luck, but rather how we have designed this together. No more guessing what your next meal is, no more grabbing something from fast food, and no more saying I didn't make time. Plan plus prepare equals success. Let's begin. So day one is plan. Macronutrients or macros are what makes up caloric content of food. The three categories of macros are protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Getting the right amount of these will determine whether you are building or losing muscle and whether you're putting on or losing fat. True story. So go ahead and read through what protein, carbs, and fats are and the details as to why we need each one of these into our diet. And your calculator is going to be one of these pink buttons here. So they all go to the same calculator. They're not different. So you'll just click on one. When you pull it up, which I already did here, and I have a little example already of a girl that I put her information in. So here is your macro calculator. So you're just going to plug in all this information. So you'll put female, age 26. I'm using height 5'5", and this girl is 195. All right, so what we'll do next is I'm putting her exercise level is 3 to 4 times per week, and then I'm going to calculate her TDEE by pushing on this button. When I do that, I'll find what her BMR is, which stands for basal metabolic rate. And we'll give this girl a name. Let's say her name's Nancy. Nancy burns 1,625 calories per day, and that is just by sitting, not doing any energy or any exercise or burning anything. Your next one down is TDEE, and this stands for total daily energy expenditure. And she burns 2,113 by exercising 3 to 4 times per week. So you can kind of play around with this number. You can see that if you bump it up to 5 times or 6 times, that your daily energy expenditure is going to go up. So basically, in this sense, it means if you are not exercising, you'd want to eat less. If you are exercising, you can eat a little bit more. Next step, we're going to choose your goals and in your intensity. So most of my girls are fat loss. So if you want to maintain, you can also plug in there. If you'd like to gain weight, that's usually going to be my men. But also there are some females that would like to, so you can definitely plug it in there. So I would always keep it at a moderate 15%. So when you click on there, you'll see that now my Nancy has to burn 1,796 calories a day. And that is to get to a moderate fat loss of 15%. Step 3, customizing your meal plan. So generally what I choose, and I'd like you to stay on this same thing unless your doctor or nutritionist has referred you to use a different calculation. But generally about 1.0 grams per body weight is pretty normal. And anywhere from fats, I do anywhere from 0.35 to 0.40. You can choose any one of those is fine. So I'll just do the 0.35 for this calculation. We will hit calculate results, and then after that we will see that Nancy will need to have 100 carbs per day, protein will be 195, fats will be 68.3, and calories 1,796, and that will give her a 15% fat loss, which is a steady but safe fat loss, and it has been proven of successful in my clients. So now we're going to go back to our small waist PDF, and all of your results that you were given in your macro calculator, you're going to go ahead and fill in the blanks here. And so that will be all of your specific information that you can use until your body has obviously changed in weight and your energy has changed. Then you can go back into your calculator and redo your numbers. So small waist diet rules. As you see, these are my clients. I have Sandy on the top, and I've got Taryn on the bottom, and they have allowed me to use their photographs. And what I am a believer of throwing that scale away, and these girls, they just took pictures, and that's where we were able to see their transformations. And so again, I'm a firm believer of that. If you have more questions on it, you can see me at YouTube/Booty Bands, and I made a spoof video about smashing your scale and just taking pictures instead. So if you can, today would be a great day to take your front, your side, and your back picture, and that will allow us to kind of see if this diet is going to be working for you. I do the pictures about once a month, and then I put them side by side and see how we're going. So a few rules. Let's go through these. The first one is metabolism, eating every 2.5 to 3 hours. So if you're only having 3 meals a day, that could be one reason why you're not having that small waist. So I put the metabolism as a metaphor to a fire. So if your fire is got a really good flame and you're constantly putting those sticks and twigs on it, then you're going to keep that fire burning. But if you starve that fire and you let it go down to coals, and then you throw a giant log on there and say, all right, burn this, how is that flame just going to start up from just like coals? Pretty much. It's pretty much dead, and you're going to have a big log sitting on top of it. So that's kind of my metaphor to your metabolism and how your body works. The next one down is water. So you have all the USDA requirements and etc. What I do is I like to keep it really simple, and I just say, if you flush your system, increase your metabolism, all the benefits of water, it's great for fat loss. 1 gallon is roughly a good estimate for most people. If you can get to that, that's awesome. So they say anywhere from about 8 to 10 glasses a day is ideal. If you are not, and you're drinking tons of coffee and you're not getting very much water, you're going to feel that your energy is going really low. So energy and headaches, to clear those up, is through water. So drinks, I put coffee on here, and what I say next to that is reduce, limit to no cream or sugar. So you can have coffee. Know that it does dehydrate you, so you want to make sure you are replenishing your body with water after that. Green tea is definitely approved, super good for fat loss, so many good benefits, as well as antioxidants, so it helps fight free radicals, keeps you young, looking great, skin healthy, etc. So many good benefits to green tea. I also put a healthy fat loss lemonade. I do drink this one often, especially if I'm feeling sick or if I just want something that's kind of more of a warm drink. I highly recommend it. I do not use the honey or stevia just because I don't eat much sugar. I have done this diet to where I've lowered, again, I'm going to go to the reduce, limit to no. So I started reducing my sugar, limiting my sugar to no sugar, and now it's made me really sensitive to sugar, which I'm so grateful for, because I don't need it all the time. So I highly recommend it. If you're addicted to something, just slowly taper it down, and then you'll find yourself in a happier place. Next is condiments. Be very careful on condiments. You may have heard this before, but condiments that have high sugar in, you obviously don't realize that you're having all that sugar. Therefore, you start craving more sugar because sugar is super highly addictive. So be very careful with your barbecue sauces, your ketchup, your high sugar salad dressings, anything that has like fructose, things like that. Stick more with your hot sauces, your seasonings, spices, cinnamon, stevia, mustard, salad dressings. I do like balsamic and olive oil. Those would be good choices. Other things to reduce, limit, and eventually go no is dairy, alcohol, sugar, white flour, processed foods, fast foods, all that stuff. So nothing that you have to completely X out of your life if you have an addiction to those things. What you do is you're going to find some replacements and then slowly transition out of those bad foods. And I also put what to eat after a booty workout. Read through all this stuff, really important. Day 2, this is definitely probably one of my most favorite parts of the diet program I'm giving you. This is to prepare. This is your meal breakdown, and you can actually just print this whole thing out. This paper you can carry with you. This is if you want to go out to eat. This would be a great idea to kind of go off of. So let's say you're in the middle of the day, you're like, what should I eat? You'll see on there that meal 3, you can have a protein, a starchy carb, and or a simple carb, fibrous carb, and healthy fat. And all of that's defined underneath. It's all color coded. I laid out a bunch of healthy options that you can choose from. And I'll go into the and or on meal 3. So if it says and or with your starchy or simple carb, what that means is you can, let's say for like breakfast, you want to have oatmeal, which is a starchy carb, mixed with some blueberries, which is a simple carb. So instead of having a lot of both of those, you're going to lower it down to be smaller. And I'll give you some portion sizes underneath this, but you can have both, but you wouldn't have like double portions. You would just lower those portions down. Let's say you didn't want to have blueberries, you just wanted oatmeal, then you could have a little bit more of just that one rather than the 2. Hopefully that makes sense. I've had a few questions on that. That's why I wanted to spend more time. So your recommended food list, I have added vegan protein into this. That wasn't on my diet before, but now these are some of my favorite protein choices that I use. I get crazy on chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp seeds. I get crazy on, not too crazy on nuts, so be careful. Those are still a fat, but they do have protein in them. Beans I love a lot, and the pea protein powder is definitely my favorite. Where I used to have whey, now I'm on pea protein. You can go ahead and read through the rest of that. The hand guide to portion sizes, this is just an estimate. This will help you as you're, let's say, not measuring things from home and you are out to eat. So I say 2 palms is for your protein, 1 fist for your carbs, and then 2 handfuls for your veggies, and then 1 cupped palm of your fats. So like a handful of nuts, or think about like if you're pouring olive oil on something, you know, think of that. Next down, example grocery list. So I have a bunch of different ideas there. If you just wanted to print that off and run to the grocery store, it's usually like a, you know, usually a go-to of mine that I wanted to share with you. And then we're going to go back to the girl that I had used for Nancy. We're going to go back to Nancy that I used from the macro calculator. And she is going to be the second one down, where she's age 26, 5'5", and 195. And so I just basically go into her, plug in her macro calculators, and meal 1 through 6, I wrote up what I would give her roughly for a diet. So you can kind of go through there and kind of see what I had put her on. So you can kind of get an idea. Obviously, this is just an example, so you can see how yours is going and how your measurements should be going. And then next down is you're going to be your own meal breakdown with your own macros. So I have spent so much time on this, you guys. So please use it because it should be so handy for you to keep around. I have a measurement guide of how many ounces to cups, also to make it easy for you. I have vegan protein options as well as regular protein, carbohydrates, fats, etc. I have it all down, and I have how much, what size, or portion, I guess you could say. And then I have it broken down to how many carbs it has, protein, and how many fats it has, and how many calories it adds up to. So yes, this is such a great template for you to use if you're wondering what actually works best for you. So you're welcome. So you'll scroll down through all those, and then I wanted to give you more ideas to choose from, ideas that I really enjoyed making. I gave to a lot of my clients, and they were losing weight on a lot with these. So please look and refer to these recipes here. As well as I added down here, go to my YouTube channel to see my really easy vegan recipes. I love making recipes and sharing those with you guys. I've made anything from cashew, it's cashew frozen fruit ice cream. Yes, it turns into ice cream. It's amazing. I made brownies for you guys. So if you have a sweet tooth, I definitely have made that stuff. I've also made stuff that's like protein packed, like it could be anything from just like a really quick stovetop. I'm doing a Thanksgiving one. I mean, I can sit here and go on for days, but tons of smoothies, shakes, all of it that you can find me on there. And they're super easy. I hate people would laugh if they knew I had a cooking show, you guys. I just throw things in a pot and I just have so much fun with it. I'm nothing fancy at all. So hopefully that makes you feel like you can do it as well, because people would laugh. They'd be like, Danita's doing a cooking show, and I am. I do a cooking show. I'm proud of it. Okay, last, this just basically goes through just thinking positive and not being down on yourself. Read through some of these quotes. One of them I really like. It says, the body, like everything else in life, is a mirror of your inner thoughts and belief. So every cell within your body responds to every single thought you think. And I'm a firm believer of that. I believe so much in the universe, and what you put out there, you're going to get back. And I know that we get so hard as females on ourselves, because even if you're absolutely gorgeous and beautiful and have the most perfect body, you're still so hard on yourself. So there's something I want to leave you with, and that was, I had a girl come up to me. She was a client, and her name's Yazi. So yes, I love you, Yazi. I'm throwing you out. She has an Instagram called Brave and Fit. And I help motivate her with this Instagram because she just goes, gosh, so many females have low confidence. And I was like, absolutely, I totally agree. And that's why she made this Instagram. And that's why I actually started Booty Band. So I support girls that help other girls, and we can help uplift each other. But she goes, Danita, I used to be super skinny. And when I was super skinny, I thought I was so fat and I thought I was so unattractive. And I wore the most clothes and I was so self-conscious and I was always introverted and I was so negative about everything and I was so down upon myself. And then she goes, now I've gained weight, a lot more weight, and I'm not as thin as I was then. But she goes, what I do have to say is I'm happier now. And if I look back on what I used to look like, I would be stoked. I'd be so happy. I'd be thrilled that I had that body. So it made her just really appreciate the body that she has. She looks in the mirror and she says, you know what? You are gorgeous, because we can't change the world by trying to be like it. We need to be ourselves 110% and look in the mirror, tell yourself you're beautiful. And if you think positive, then you're going to go through this diet and it's going to be something that you know you deserve, rather than that you're upset at your body and you're mad and you're angry. You're going to have some bad results. So make sure that you really have a good positive outlook with this. Take your pictures and say, you know what? You're beautiful. Regardless of what those pictures show, you are a transformation ready to become even more beautiful than what you are now. And know that your transformation pictures are going to help motivate and influence other women around you. So I leave this with goosebumps because I've got them, and I love you dearly. I hope you do the diet. Send your before and after pictures. You can email me at bootybandsofficial@gmail.com, and I'd love to see your results, your great news, your before and after pictures, your love for yourself, your new motivation. I love it. Let's uplift, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Lots of love, Danita. Booty Bands.